tell them what they say. I just tell them you're writing notes. I'm afraid if they ever found out the truth, they'd laugh at me. Apparently, we've seen Peddington and Williams a lot lately. They also they were down at Newmarket the other night. Yes. Since she turned this on. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action all summer long tonight. The Winchester Royals play host to the Purcellville Cannons. Yes, you may have just heard that recently. These Cannons were just here on Sunday. A 9-8 10-inning victory for the Cannons over the Royals. The Royals scored 4 times in the bottom of the ninth to tie it up. But Purcellville got the only run in extra innings to get out of here with a 9-8 victory. The third time that these two teams have played extra innings this season, all 3 won by Purcellville. In fact, Purcellville has won 5 of the 6 meetings between these two teams this year, with just 2 games remaining between Purcellville and Winchester tonight. And then the last game of the regular season, 23rd, they play in Purcellville to close out the regular season for both teams. Purcellville, they're sitting in pretty good shape as far as the playoffs go. They're 17-11, second place, a game and a half behind Strasburg. The Royals got their work cut out for them. They've been on a little bit of a hot streak. They've won 4 of their last 5, 6 of their last 8, etc., etc., etc. But the bad news is they've got a lot of work to do. They're 7 games out of first, but more importantly, they're 2.5 games behind Front Royal for that third and final playoff spot. If Front Royal were to go 6-5 the rest of the season in their 11 games they have remaining, they would finish 20-20. The Royals would have to finish win 8 of their last 11 just to tie the Cardinals and force a playoff, if you will, but I'm sure they'd go by some kind of tiebreaker. The Front Royal Cardinals looked like they were going to gain a game on the Royals last night as they took a 9-3 lead into the bottom ninth against Strasburg, but Strasburg scored 8 times to win that game 11-9 and sent the Cardinals to their 15th defeat of the season. The Cardinals are in third place. They're 14-15. They're 5 games behind. They're a game and a half ahead of the Newmarket Rebels and 2 games ahead of both Winchester and Woodstock. The Rebels come in 4th. They're 12-16, 6.5 out. Winchester and Woodstock both 12-17. They're 7 games out of first place, but again, 2.5 behind the Front Royal Cardinals for the third and final playoff spot. Speaking of those Woodstock River Bandits, they'll be here tomorrow night to take on the Royals. And that game, again, a 5 o'clock start between Winchester and Woodstock. Taking a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Purcellville Cannons. They have not had a night off since they were here on Sunday. They played twice in Purcellville on Monday and Tuesday, both against Strasburg, and then had a makeup game against Woodstock last night. So their last day off was this past Friday, and of course they won't be off again until, well, they've got another game scheduled for Monday, so their next scheduled day off is not till the 22nd. I'm sorry, they will not have another game off till the 22nd, barring any rain between now and then. Again, the Cannons 17-11, they're second in the North. Leading off, the second baseman from San Jacinto North College, Rafael Fercal. Shintaro No, the shortstop from Kansas State, will bat second. Victor Figueroa, the designated hitter, bats third. He's from the University of Pittsburgh. Jacob McKenzie's the cleanup hitter, the left fielder from the College of Central Florida. Caleb Freeman, right fielder from Auburn, bats fifth. Jake Spade, third baseman from Virginia Tech, will bat sixth. Jackson Michaels, the first baseman from Purdue University Fort Wayne, will bat seventh. Gage Adams doing the catching. He's the number 8 hitter from San Diego State. And Jaquan Smith, the center fielder from Florida International, will bat ninth. On the mound for the Purcellville Cannons, and for whatever reason I didn't write down his school, Blake McMillan from Niagara University will get the start. He's a left-hander. No record, making his 5th appearance, his 2nd start, a 3.24 earned run average, as McMillan will face the Winchester Royals tonight. Momentarily, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, we'll check the Royals starting lineup right after that. Once again, the Royals and Cannons from Bridgeforth Field here this afternoon. The Royals will line up like this, 12 and 17 tied for Woodstock for 5th place in the Northern Division. Leading off, Shanley Wall, the center fielder from East Stroudsburg. He'll be followed by Coney Durslag, the left fielder from High Point. Jalen Hernandez, the first baseman from Winthrop University, bats 3rd. Cleanup hitter Austin Lafferty, right fielder from the University of Akron. Jack Marsh, 3rd baseman, bats 5th. Batting 6th, Mikhail Pryor, designated hitter from Alabama State University. Peyton Ebbings, the 7-hole hitter. He's playing second base from Kent State. Connor Christensen, shortstop from Wabash Valley College, will bat 8th. And Christian Amaro, the catcher from North Carolina A&T, will bat 9th. On the mound for the Royals from High Point University, right-hander Dalton Williams. Williams making his 6th appearance, 5th start for the Royals. He's worked 16 2/3 innings, allowed 21 hits, 11 runs. 10 of those are earned. He's walked 10, struck out 15. He's 1-1 on the season with a 5.40 earned run average. Defensively for the Royals behind Williams, out in the outfield left to right, Coney Durslag, Shaylin Wall, Austin McCaffrey. Around the infield, 3rd to 1st, Jack Mosh, Connor Christensen, Peyton Ebbing, Jalen Hernandez. Christian Marles behind the plate, and again, Dalton Williams on the mound for the Royals as they continue their quest for the playoffs, start to head down the home stretch. And the Royals need to put together a bunch of wins. They've already won 4 times this month. They're 4-2 in the month of July. But that's only good enough to pull them into a tie for 5th place with the Woodstock River Bandits. Finishing up his warm-up tosses is Dalton Williams. Royals on the season, 7-7 at home. They're 5-10 on the road. They have 6 more home games, 5 left on the road. These two teams will meet just 2 more times again tonight, and they'll close out the regular season in Purcellville on the 23rd. Bradfield Fricall will lead it off. Fricall, second baseman from San Jacinto North, making his 16th appearance for the Cannons, a .268 hitter, 15 for 56, no home runs, 10 RBIs. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1, and we are underway. Breezy day here at Bridgeforth once again. Seems to be the tag for this season. Fastball in there, 0-2 the count Before we get too far along, I guess we better pull out the glasses and put those on so we can actually see what's going on out there. The wind, the 0-2. Slider called strike 3 on the outside corner for call. Thought it was outside, but he is down on 3 straight pitches to start the game. That'll bring up Shintaro Inu, one of 3 Japanese players on the Purcellville team this year. Plays his baseball at Kansas State University. Inu, a 257 hitter, playing in his 29th game, 26 for 101, 4 home runs, 30 RBIs. First pitch from Williams. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. The Royals jumped out to a 1-0 lead the other night against Purcellville, but the Cannons able to build up a substantial lead, took a 4-run lead into the bottom of the 9th. The 1-0 in there for a strike count, evens up 1-1. Where they rallied for 4 runs to tie the game, had the winning run in scoring position, but couldn't bring them around. And Purcellville scored a run in the top of the 10th on a wild pitch to get out of here with the win. The 1-1 to Inu. Fouled out of play, 1-2, just underway. Between these 2 Northern Division rivals, Purcellville trying to catch Strasburg for the #1 seed in the first round bye. The Royals just trying to get into the playoff conversation. Big deep breath from Williams, the 1-2. Line toward left field, coming on his Durschlag, and he will scoop underneath it. They're going to call him out. First he started to wave safe, and then he throws the hand up. Looked like the umpire couldn't decide whether he was out or not. It looked like he was going to signal he was okay, but then he throws the right hand up and said he's out. So a line drive to left field for out number 2 will bring up Victor Figueroa. Figueroa, the designated hitter from the University of Pittsburgh, left-handed hitter, playing in his 18th game, a 274 hitter, 17 for 62, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, and both those home runs have been right here. He had a big 3-run shot the other night for the Cannons. The 0-1 to Figueroa. Downstairs count evens up 1-1. Actually, I think it was a 2-run home run. It took it from 4-1 to, or from 2-1 to 4-1. The 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner, 1-2 the count. Williams trying to turn in a 1-2-3 first inning for the Royals here in the first. Shakes off a sign, has one he likes now, the 1-2. Lifted out of play. Count will stay 1-2. After tonight, just 5 more home games for the Royals. The 1-2 downstairs for ball, 2-2. We'll play everybody one more time here with the exception of Purcellville. Woodstock will play the other game here for the Royals. So the River Bandits here twice, everybody else once except for Purcellville to close out the regular season. The 2-2 to Figueroa. Grounded towards second base, ebbing up with it. Fires on to first, a bad throw to first, but they're going to say he pulled him off, and Hernandez couldn't get back to the bag. Ebbing playing very deep at second base, back in the green of the turf. And I think he had a whole lot more time to throw to first than he thought he did. And he pulled Hernandez off the bag. Hernandez tried to reach over and tag it with his glove, but apparently Figueroa beat him to the bag, and it'll go as an error on what should have been the 3rd out of the inning. They'll bring up Jacob McKenzie. McKenzie, the left fielder from the College of Central Florida, playing in his 12th game. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. A 297 hitter, 11 for 37, no home runs, 5 RBIs. Figueroa doesn't look to be a big stolen base threat. He's 1 for 1 in stolen bases on the year. The 0-1 swung on and missed, 0-2. Williams will check the runner. Peers in for his side, his 0-2. Lifted toward right field, going back onto the Zeb, and coming is Lafferty, and Lafferty's not going to be able to get to it as it'll drop in front of him. And just like that, the throw's going to get away in the infield, but no more advancement. So what looked like a 1-2-3 inning all of a sudden has turned into runners on the corners with 1 or 2 outs for the Cannons. And they'll bring up Caleb Freeman, the right fielder from Auburn. Left-handed hitting Freeman. A 177 hitter, his 28th game. 14 for 79, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. Chance to add on to that number. First pitch to Freeman. Misses outside, 1-0. All this with 2 outs after it looked like the Royals were going to get out of the inning. The 1-0 to Freeman. Off his foot, foul down the third base side after it hit his foot and rolled back into fair territory. The count evens up 1-1. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corner for the Cannons as they try to jump on top here in the early going. Williams has his sign. The 1-1, that'll miss outside, 2-1. Williams again checks the runners. Comes set. The 2-1. Fouled out of play, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Williams trying to slam the door on this 2-out rally here in the first. The set, the wind blowing in straight from left field. Comes the flag at attention. Grounded foul toward the Purcellville dugout and down the line. Count holds 2-2. Checking the runners, the 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Freeman down on strikes, and Williams will work around the error and the base hit for the Cannons here in the first. No runs a hit, an error. 2 runners left on base. Your score after a half an inning. Purcellville 0, Winchester coming to bat. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Again, Blake McMillan from Niagara University on the mound for the Cannons, left-hander. McMillan making his 5th appearance, his 2nd start. He's worked 8 1/3 innings for the Cannons, 9 hits, 3 runs. They're all earned. He's walked 3, struck out 12. He has no record, earned run average of 3.24. Defensively for the Cannons behind McMillan. Out in the outfield, left to right, Jacob McKenzie, Jaquan Smith, Caleb Freeman. Around the infield, 3rd to 1st, Jake Spade, Shintaro Inu, Rafael Fricale, Jackson Michaels. Behind the plate, Gage Adams, and again, McMillan, his 2nd start of the year for the Cannons. Winchester as close as you can get to must-win territory. Obviously not a must win, but the more you win down the stretch, the better chance you got of catching those teams in front of you. Newmarket just a half a game in front of the Royals, but with Newmarket playing front row tonight, you probably like to see Newmarket win that game and you catch Newmarket on another night. That's the benefit of winning. Every game you win, you know there are 3 teams in the division that lost, and you gain a game on all of them. However, the same can be said when you lose. You lose a game on everybody. Throw to second base is down, and we're ready to go. Shanley Wall will lead it off for the Royals. Wall, the center fielder from East Stroudsburg University. Wall, the .330 hitter, playing in his 27th game, 35 for 106. 1 home run, 14 RBIs. He leads the Royals with 15 stolen bases in 18 attempts, so if he gets on, the Royals like to put him in motion. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. McMillan works from the stretch exclusively. The 1-0 from McMillan. That'll miss high and in. 2-0. Wall, 18 walks on the year. That's good for second on the ball club. The 2-0. It's in there for a strike. 2-1. Just underway, bottom of the first. No score. Royals and Cannons. Last time these two teams will meet here this season. The 2-1 downstairs for ball, 3-1. Even if the Royals rally and crawl into the playoff race and finish third, and they face Purcellville in the first round, it'd be a one-game playoff, and it would be in Purcellville. Unless a lot of good things happen and the Royals were able to finish in second. The 3-1 line down the left field line, but it's going to be foul. It's going to one-hop over the fence and into the batting cages down the left field side. Count runs full on Shanley Wall, 3-2. So a lot of things the Royals need to get done, but first and foremost is get into third place and figure everything else out from there. Ball 4 is that one's high, so Wall will draw the walk, his 19th of the season. I'll bring up the left fielder. Connie Derschlag, the left fielder from High Point. Derschlag playing in just his 4th game for the Royals, a .500 hitter. He's 6 for 12, no home runs, 2 RBIs. And it's no coincidence that since he's come to town and into the Royals lineup, their offense has taken off quite a bit. First pitch to Derschlag in there for a strike, 0-1. He has been in the number 2 slot all 4 games he has played, and the Royals have been at or above 10 runs in each of those 4 games. Of course, he's had a lot of help. The 0-1. That's in there for a strike, 0-2. Wall at first. He has made no movement towards stealing so far. The 0-2 to Derschlag. That's high and away. 1-2. The Cannons in their customary maroon uniforms with the white pinstripes, the white trim, white numbers. Maroon hat with the white P on the front. The 1-2 to Derschlag. Popped it up. That's going to be backing out of play. Count holds 1-2. Cannons threatened with a couple of 2-out base runners in the first. The Royals trying to jump on top here and play from ahead this afternoon. McMillan's 1-2. That's going to be upstairs, 2-2. There is a left-hander up and throwing in the Purcellville bullpen. We'll just go on the assumption that he's up getting some in-between start work, as we're just at the second batter for the Royals. The 2-2. High and tight. Count runs full, 3-2. McMillan only had 3 walks coming into the game in just 9 innings of work. Had double-digit strikeouts. The 3-2 swung on and missed, and Derschlag down on strikes. Wall bluffs going, and he dives back into first. So Derschlag ran it full, but could not make contact, and he is out for out number 1. And they'll bring up Jalen Hernandez, first baseman from Winthrop. Hernandez, a .317 hitter, his 26th game, 32 for 101. 3 home runs, 21 RBIs. His 21 RBIs, 3 home runs, 10 doubles, all lead the team. First pitch to Hernandez. That's upstairs for a ball, 1-0. All the Royals awards will be announced at a game next week, but certainly got to believe Jalen Hernandez will have his share of MVP votes. The 1-0. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. He thought it was either up or he thought it was in, one of the two, but he didn't agree with the call. Wall, leadoff walk. He's still at first with 1 out. Has made no movement towards second. The 1-1 to Hernandez. High and tight, throw behind Wall. That's going to get down the line, and then Wall is going to get to second base. He's going to go all the way around to third as that ball got all the way down the line. Adams tried to throw behind Wall. Wall came back in standing up, and he threw it wide. And Wall is going to go all the way around to third on the E2. Now each team with an error. Let's see if this one costs the Cannons, as Hernandez now is runner at third with 1 out and a 2-1 count. Chance to add to his team high 21 RBIs. The 2-1. That's hammered deep to left field. Going back is going to be Freeman. He's going to give it a look, and it's going to be foul. Just hooking foul. Hernandez gave the 2-1 fastball a ride, and he got it out of the ballpark, but just to the right of the foul pole. Hernandez just missed there. Now the count 2-2. That's downstairs for a ball, 3-2. He's gone full on the last 2 hitters after walking the leadoff man. He was able to get Durslag out on strikes. Hernandez trying to give the Royals a lead here in the first. McMillan will come set, the 3-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. So he's thrown a lot of pitches here in the first, but he's got 2 strikeouts. And it'll be up to Austin Lafferty. Lafferty, the cleanup hitter from Akron. A .317 hitter, his 21st game, 20 for 63. No home runs, 16 RBIs. He is third in the team in RBIs as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The Royals got the leadoff man around to third base with 1 out, but now he's there with 2. Lafferty trying to bring him in. The 1-0. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. It was Jack Mosh's 2-run double off the foul pole down the right field line that tied the game up in the bottom of the 9th the other night. He waits on deck. The 2-0. Line toward left center field, but Freeman's going to move over and make the catch. Lafferty hit it on the screws, but it hung up long enough for Freeman to move over and make the catch. The Royals will get a runner on, but can't get him in. No runs, no runs, no hits. 1 error, 1 runner left on base. Your score after 1, Purcellville 0, Winchester 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the second. No score. Purcellville and Winchester. Six, seven, eight to hit for the Cannons here in the second. Spade, Michaels, and Gage Adams. Slade, the 272 hitter, playing in his 25th game, 22 for 81, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. Will be leading off the inning. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. It'll hit him in the back, so Slade will head down to first after being hit by the pitch to lead off the inning. I remember the first baseman, Jackson Michaels from Purdue University, Fort Wayne. Michaels playing in his 15th game for the Cannons, a 146 hitter, 6 for 41, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Left-handed hitting Michaels. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. No score, top of the second, Purcellville and Winchester. 7th meeting between these two teams. 4th time they've met here, the 0-1 to Michaels. That'll miss outside. Count evens up and a ball and a strike. Check the runner first, the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Good hard fastball from Williams. Check the runner, the 1-2. Lifted toward left field. Derschlag will have to go a long way. It's going to be a foul ball, but Derschlag will make the running sliding catch in foul territory to retire Michaels. Nice play by Connie Derschlag. He had a long way to go to get there, but made the catch. And that'll bring Gage Adams. Adams, the catcher from San Diego State. And looking up and down the lineup, don't see Gage Adams in the stats for Purcellville. So as I suspected, a new player for the Cannons. And he'll hit this one to right center field, but Lafferty's going to make the diving catch in right center field. It's hung up for him. The wind helping the Royals out there. It looked like off the bat that was going to plug the alley, but it stayed up, and Lafferty had time to range over and make the sliding catch in right field for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Jaquan Smith. Smith, the center fielder from Florida International, his 25th game, a 281 hitter, 18 for 64. No home runs, 6 RBIs. The Cannons as a team, 44 stolen bases on the year compared to the Royals at 68. Slade at first is 4 for 6 in stolen base attempts, as that one will miss upstairs for a ball. 2-0. The 2-0 to Smith. Swung on and missed. 2-1. Like the Royals in the bottom of the first, the Cannons get a leadoff runner on base, but have not been able to move him around as of yet. Slade still at first after being hit to lead off the inning. The 2-1 to Jaquan Smith. Tapped down the first base line, but it'll be foul. Count evens up 2-2. Williams will check the runner, the 2-2. Lifted out of play. Count stays 2-2. Again, the Royals right back here tomorrow night to take on the River Bandits. Purcellville returns home tomorrow night to take on the Newmarket Rebels. So the Royals, after a game with Purcellville here tonight, become Cannons fans tomorrow night. The 2-2. Lifted towards center field, coming on his wall. I don't know if he's going to be able to get to it. And Ebbing tried to make the over-the-shoulder catch, but unable to get to it. His wall playing a little bit deeper than that. Couldn't get to it, and Ebbing had the only chance to get to it. And for the second inning in a row, the Cannons will get a 2-out base hit to put runners on the corners. Their second hit of the game, and again, the Cannons threaten with 2 outs. As Furcall steps in, he struck out looking his first time. Smith, good speed at first. Let's see if the Cannons try to get him into scoring position with 2 outs. First pitch to Furcall, fouled into the screen, 0-1. It almost looked like Smith was on a delayed still, either that or they're playing hit and run, and he was off with the crowd with the swing of the bat because he had a good jump, but it wasn't a straight steal type of jump. Check of the runner now, the 0-1. Tapped off his foot, and that's going to hurt. Furcall goes down in a heap at the plate, and he will take a minute to try to gather his thoughts before he gets back to it. Now he's hobbling around. He's up and walking around, but he's walking with a noticeable limp, and he got that one right off his ankle. And it looks like it's his left ankle. The trainer's going to go out and talk to him, but there's not a whole lot you can do at this point. You either play with it hurting like that, or you come out and put an ice bag on it. But other than that, those are pretty much your only 2 choices. He is going to try to continue as he's still walking it off. The umpire goes over to ask him if he's all right. He says, "Yeah, let's go." And he'll crawl back into the box. 0-2. The count now on Furcall. Again, the Cannons, the Royals had 2 off nights in the last 3 nights. The Cannons did not get that as they played every night. Fouled out of play. The count holds 0-2. And just looking at the schedule, the next off day is a Monday night, next Monday, the 15th, and the Cannons have a game against Newmarket to make up. So Purcellville's next day off won't be till the following Monday, barring any rain between now and then. The 0-2, fouled out of play, will do it again, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Williams will come set. He'll check the runner. The 0-2 misses upstairs. Furcall able to lay off of it. 1-2 the count. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Purcellville trying to jump on top here with a run in the second. The 1-2 misses outside, and Smith is going to steal second. I think Amaro thought it was strike 3, so he didn't even attempt to throw down to second. But while he's trying to frame the pitch, Smith moves into second base, and the Cannons now have 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs for Furcall. The 2-2 lifted toward right. It's going to blow foul, and Lafferty's going to give it a look, but it'll be well foul as it falls just shy of the Purcellville bullpen. Count remains 2-2. Now, I'll tell you what, with all these foul balls, the ball boy's getting a workout, running baseballs out to the umpire. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Top of the second inning. No score between the Royals and the Cannons. Williams will come set again. He'll check the runners. Big deep breath, the 2-2. Just missed upstairs. Count runs full, 3-2. Again, Williams comes set. Payoff pitch to Rafael Furcal. That'll miss high and tight, and Furcal will work the walk. So the Cannons will have them loaded now for their shortstop. Shintaro Inu, who lined out his first time up, steps in. And before he has a chance to hit, we're going to have a visit from the Royals dugout to have a chat with Mr. Williams. This all started with Jake Slade, who was hit by a pitch. 2 outs later, he's at third after a 1-out or a 2-out base hit by Jaquan Smith. Furcal walks to load the bases, and that's where we are with 2 outs. Home plate umpire is going to go out and break up the powwow on the mound. There is nothing doing in the Royals bullpen. So it'll be Williams to try to get through this one. Second inning in a row, he's had some 2-out difficulties. For a base hit would put the Cannons on top. 2 free passes in the inning. Everything started last inning with a 2-out error, but Williams able to get out of it with no damage. Let's see what he can do here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Again, Inu lined to left his first time. He's 0 for 1. He does have 3 home runs on the season. First pitch, fouled out of play, nothing in 1. And I tell you something about Shintaro Inu. He didn't go up there. He goes up there hacking. He didn't look for walks. If it's close, he's taking a hack at it, especially with guys on base. Chance to drive somebody in here. The 0-1 to Inu. Drops it in there for a strike. Nothing in 2. Good breaking ball there to get ahead 0-2. Williams will come set, the 0-2. Big deep breath. Slider down and in. Amaro to his knees to keep that from going to the backstop. 1-2 the count now. Williams comes set, the 1-2. Fastball off the plate evens the count, 2-2. Another good at-bat from Inu as he tries to drive in a run. Base hit makes it 2-0. Williams will come set, the 2-2. Big deep breath. Grounded towards short. Christensen up with it. He will flip to second. They're going to call him safe at second. They're going to say he beat it at second. So Christensen made sure he fielded the ball and then gave Ebbing a chance to get to the bag. And by the time Ebbing got to the bag and the flip was there, Furcal was safe at second. So give Inu an RBI. Cannons will take a 1-0 lead as Slade scores, and for the second time in 2 innings, it looked like the Royals were out of the inning with a ground ball. This one grounded to Christensen. This time he'll throw on to first and retire Figueroa. Give Inu an infield base hit. The Cannons jump out on top 1-0 on. They get a run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and the Cannons will leave them loaded. Your score after 1.5. Purcellville 1, Winchester nothing. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. So credit Shintaro Inu with an infield base hit and give him an RBI as the Cannons jump on top here in the second with a ground ball to short that the Royals couldn't turn into an out. Blake McMillan back to the mound for the Cannons. He'll face 5, 6, 7 Mosh, Pryor, and Ebbing here in the Royals second. And now they're going to take the hit away from Inu. Scored a fielder's choice. It'll still be an RBI, but no hit. And that's probably the correct call. Fielder's choice, and just give credit to Fracall for beating the relay to second. Jack Mosh, third baseman for the Royals. A .328 hitter, his 21st game, 22 for 67, 1 home run, 14 RBIs. Big hit here the other night against the Cannons to send us into extra innings. The Royals could not take advantage as that one misses upstairs, 1-0. McMillan will come set, the 1-0 to Mosh. Slider in there for a strike, 1-1. McMillan's 1-1 to Mosh. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. Mosh didn't like that one, none too bit. McMillan has his sign, the 1-2. That'll miss upstairs. Count evens up 2-2. Mosh leads the Royals with 21 walks on the season. He's also been hit 3 times. The 2-2 to Mosh. That'll miss high and away. Count runs full, 3-2. Payoff pitch due to Jack Mosh. That'll miss high and in, so Mosh will draw his team high 22nd walk of the year. For the second inning in a row, the Royals get the leadoff hitter on with a walk. Number got McKill Pryor from Alabama State University. Pryor, a .278 hitter, his 18th game, 15 for 54, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Mosh 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts as that fastball misses outside for a ball. 1-0. Royals have yet to get a hit, but have had a couple guys on via the walk here in just a little over an inning. Pryor, big right-handed hitting outfielder. The 1-0 upstairs for a ball, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Royals down a run here in the second. McMillan will shake off a couple pitches. Now he has one he likes. The 2-0. Line toward left center field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the fence. Rounding second and heading to third. And they're going to send Mosh as the ball's bobbled out in the outfield. Pryor coming into third, and the Royals are going to tie it up on a blast to the fence by McKill Pryor. Let's see if they score that a triple all the way or if they go double in an air. As the Cannons outfielders had trouble with it on the warning track, allowing Mosh to score to tie the game. And for the second inning in a row, the Royals will have the lead run at third base with less than 2 outs. So they're going to go double and an error, which is probably the correct call, as the ball was bobbled in the outfield. They were going to hold Mosh up at third, and once the bobble was made, they waved him around. So give Pryor a double, and he moves to third on the air. Mosh scores on the air. It's given to the center fielder, Jaquan Smith. And now Peyton Ebbing, the second baseman from Kent State, steps in. Ebbing playing his 18th game, a .222 hitter, 12 for 54, no home runs, 5 RBIs. No RBI on the play for Pryor. The 1-1. Foul tip toward the backstop. But Pryor does pick up his 4th double of the year. First hit for the Royals. And it's 1-1. It'll be the second error on the Cannons, and the Royals a chance to take the lead here. The 1-2 will miss outside, 2-2. So the Royals able to make them pay for that leadoff walk. Now see if they can make that error hurt. Royals got a walk and an error in the first inning and couldn't cash him in. The 2-2 to Ebbing. Swung on and missed. It'll be the third strikeout for McMillan as Ebbing's down on strikes. Then we have Connor Christensen. Christensen, the shortstop from Wabash Valley College. Just his second game for the Royals. He went 1 for 3 Tuesday night in Newmarket, a .333 hitter, no home runs, and RBI, trying to get RBI number 2 here. First pitch to Christensen. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Another of the late season additions for the Royals. Trying to make his impact on the Royals playoff run. The 1-0 to Christensen. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. Royals got a runner at third with 1 out in the first, couldn't get him in. They have a runner there with 1 out here in the second. The Cannons are going to pull their infield in on the grass and force Christensen to beat him, and he'll take a hack at a ball out of the zone. He's down in the count now, 1-2. The Cannons showing no respect to Connor Christensen and his offensive abilities. They're going to bring their infield in and challenge him to get one past him to take the lead. The 1-2 to Christensen. Fouled off the catcher's mask. Count stays 1-2. That's what the Cannons are basically telling Christensen. I don't think you can hit it past us, so we're going to come in on the grass, and if you hit it right at somebody, we're going to throw the guy out at the plate. Slider will miss upstairs. 2-2 the count. Christensen's got to take that as a slap in the face and make the Cannons pay. McMillan will come set, the 2-2. Swung on and missed, and he is strikeout number 4. So the Royals get a runner to third with nobody out after they tie the game, and he's there now with 2 outs. Christian Amaro, the catcher from North Carolina A&T. Amaro, a .209 hitter, his 18th game, 9 for 43, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. And obviously with 2 outs, the Cannons will drop back to their normal positions in the infield. And Amaro will take a 2-out base hit to get the Royals on top here as he'll take a slider off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Now the Royals have had their chances early on here. The only hit they've gotten scored the run thanks to an error in the outfield, the 1-0. Upstairs for a ball, 2-0. comes set the 2-0. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. Royals just one hit on the afternoon. The Cannons just two. We're 1-1 in the second. Amaro trying to change that here with 2 outs. Grounded toward third. Up with it is Slade. He'll set his feet. Fire on to first in time. The Royals thread to take the lead, but can't get him in. For the Royals in the second, a run on a hit. There was another Purcellville error, and the Royals leave another runner in scoring position. Your score after 2 complete. Purcellville 1, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. 4, 5, 6 to hit for the Cannons here in the third. McKenzie, Freeman, and Slade. As Williams finishing up his warm-up toss as his catcher Amaro just getting to the plate for the start of the third inning. So Williams, a couple more warm-up tosses before we get going here in the third. A run, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Cannons. A run, a hit, an error for the Royals. McKenzie lead it off, 1 for 1. He singled in the first. One of the 2 hits for the Cannons. First pitch. Miss upstairs, 1-0. The 1-0 from Williams. That'll miss upstairs, 2-0. Big deep breath from Williams, the 2-0. That'll miss inside, and it looks like that one hit him. It sounded like it hit the bat, but the umpire said it hit I guess his elbow protector or something on his arm, because it certainly didn't sound like it hit a person. But the umpire did not hesitate to send him to first. It'll be the second hit batter of the game for Williams. And he does have that plastic arm guard on, so maybe that's what it hit. Brings up Freeman, who struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1, and that's in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Check the runner first, the 1-0 to Freeman. Line down the left field line, but that'll be fouling into the Royals bullpen. Ball and a strike, nobody at top of the third, 1-1 game. Williams checks the runner, looked like he almost balked there. The 1-1 off the plate for a ball, 2-1. The 2-1. That drops in there for a strike. Count evens up 2-2. Caleb Freeman, the right fielder from Auburn University. 0 for 1 in the game. Trying to move the runner around here. 2-2. Grounds it toward third. Up with it is Mosh. Mosh bobbles it, throws on to first. It's going to be bang, bang at first. He gets the out at first. Mosh didn't field it cleanly, but he's able to recover and throw Freeman out at first. I don't think he gets a double play on the ball either way. If he fields it cleanly, I'm not sure if he's got a chance for the runner at second. But McKenzie will move to second. Freeman will be retired, and that'll bring up Slade, who has scored the only run of the game for the Cannons, as he was hit by a pitch his first time up, and he's got a chance to put Purcellville back on top here with the base hit. First pitch to Slade. He squares the bunt. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. One out here in the third. We're 1-1, each team with a run in the second inning. Cannons trying to reclaim the lead, the 0-1 to Slade. Line towards center field. Wall on his horse, and it'll hang up long enough for him to get there. He had to track over to left center field to make the catch. The wind not blowing as hard as it was earlier, but it held it up enough for Wall to get to it. And that'll bring up Michaels, who flew to left his first time up on a nice running catch by Derschlag in foul territory. First pitch to Michaels. Grounded towards second base. Ebbing will come on. Fields, he sets his feet, throws on to first. And Williams again works around the leadoff hit batter. The Cannons will get a runner on, get him into scoring position, but can't move him around. No runs, no hits. No errors, a runner left. Your score after 2.5 remains Purcellville 1, Winchester 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action.
On behalf of the Royals,
We go to the bottom of the third of a 1-1 game. Couple of Cannons pitchers up playing catch in the bullpen, but nobody up on the mound getting loose yet, as McMillan will go back to the mound. He'll face the top of the Royals order here in the third. 1-2-3. He's walked the leadoff hitter in both of the first two innings. Did not hurt him in the first. He came back to score in the second. The Cannons have made a couple errors, which the second one led directly to the second run for the Royals, and that or the only run for the Royals, rather. And that run will go down as unearned, because had it not been for the error, he wouldn't have scored after a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Wall leads it off. He walked, got all the way around to third with one out in the first, but couldn't come in. First pitch to Wall, in there for a strike, 0-1, and now the two guys in the bullpen look like they're stretching it out a little bit and getting a little further apart, so maybe they're just some in-between starts work too. The 0-1. That'll miss upstairs, 1-1. Bottom of the third, it's 1-1. Royals trying to claw their way into a playoff spot. Purcellville trying to solidify their spot, the 1-1. And it's in there for a strike, 1-2. The 1-2 downstairs. They're going to ask if he went. He did go too far. Wall's like he can't believe that he got called a strike on that, but he'll be out on strikes. Adams fielded, ran over and tagged Wall, and then asked for help, and he got the strike call from the third base umpire. It'll be the 5th strikeout of the game for McMillan, and he'll face Derschlag now, who struck out his first time up 0 for 1. First pitch to Derschlag. Lifted towards center field. Smith will take a couple steps back and now settle underneath of it and make the catch. Second out of the inning. Jalen Hernandez 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Neither team has turned into 1-2-3 inning yet here this afternoon. McMillan trying to do that here in the Royals' third. Hernandez just missed a home run his first time up before striking out, and that fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. McMillan's 0-1 to Hernandez. Fouled off the catcher's mask, 0-2. McMillan's 0-2. Tap fouled on the third base side toward the Royals dugout. Count holds 0-2. The set, the 0-2. Just missed. Everybody wearing Purcellville maroon was headed toward a dugout. The entire infield took about a step and a half toward the first base dugout, but called off the plate for a ball. 1-2. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and Hernandez down on strikes. A 1-2-3 inning for McMillan. Nothing doing for the Royals. We go to the 4th. Your score 1-1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 4th. Dalton Williams back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. He's allowed to run on 2 hits through 3 innings. He's hit a couple batters. He'll face 8-9-1 here in the 4th. Adam Smith for call. Adams flew to right his first time up on a nice play by the right fielder Austin Lafferty. Sliding diving catch by the Royals right fielder in right field. First pitch to Adams. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. A run, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Cannons, a run, a hit, an error for the Royals. The 1-0. Grounded toward third. Up with it is Mosh. He'll set his feet, fire on to first in time for the out. Mosh went to his knees to make sure he had it. Was able to get to his feet and throw on to first in time for the first out here in the fourth. First time since the first inning that Smith has retired the leadoff hitter. Now to bring up Jaquan Smith. Singled and stole a base in the second inning. 1 for 1 on the game. Slider will miss outside. 1-0 the count. Smith then back to the top of the order for the Cannons. We play here in the top of the fourth. The 1-0. Try to check his swing, but fouled it off into the backstop. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. My little ball boy, he's going to work out tonight, isn't he? They got him running all over the place. Williams has his sign, the 1-1. That'll miss inside, 2-1. Royals here tomorrow night, then out of town all weekend long before taking Monday night off. The Cannons don't have that luxury. The 2-1 to Purcellville. 2-1 to Smith, rather. Purcellville had a makeup game on Monday, had a makeup game last night, and another one on Monday night, as they have a long stretch in a row before they get a day off. But we are heading toward the middle of July, and Mother Nature likes to play some tricks in July. You never know when those rains will just pop up and rain a game out. The 2-2. Line towards center field. Wall over to make the catch in left center field. Smith made a bid for extra bases, but again, it hung up for the Royals center fielders. He was able to track it down. And back to the top of the order, Rafael Furcal. Furcal 0 for 1. He walked in the second. Yes, Williams tries to turn in his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. He had a chance to do it in the first, but gave up a hit. Gave up an error and a hit before striking out Freeman to end the inning. First pitch in the inside for a ball, 1-0. Williams winds the 1-0. That's downstairs, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, top of the fourth of a 1-1 game. Slider in there for a strike, 2-1. All the activity in the Purcellville bullpen has settled down and stopped. There's a exciting game of hacky sack going on in the Royals bullpen as the 2-1 misses downstairs, 3-1. The line, the 3-1. Grounded towards short. Christensen up with it. Sets his feet. Fires on to first. Low throw, but Fernandez able to dig it out to end the inning. So the Cannons, like the Royals in the third, go 1-2-3 and out. Nothing doing for Purcellville here in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-1, Winchester and Purcellville. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. McMillan back to the mound for the Cannons. He shut the Royals down on 1 hit, 1 run through 3 innings. He'll face the middle of their order, Lafferty, Mosh, and Pryor. Pryor has the only hit for the Royals. Mosh has scored the only run. Big Austin Lafferty to try to get it going here in the third, or in the fourth rather. Lafferty 0 for 1. He lined to right his first time up. Right fielder from the University of Akron. Couple of Midwestern Athletic Conference players in the Royals lineup this afternoon. First pitch to Lafferty. Tap foul at the plate, 0-1. After tonight, the Royals just 10 games left. The 0-1. Tap toward second for call. Up to make the play, fire on to first. Bang, bang at first. The umpire thought about it for a few seconds before making the call. So Lafferty will ground out the second. Big Austin got down the line in good shape and made it a close play. That'll bring up Jack Mosh. Mosh walked and scored. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Mosh had a home run. Hack came up empty. The 0-1, that's going to be lined into right center field for a base hit. Mosh is going to round first. He's going to give it a good hard turn, but Freeman up with it. He'll keep him at first. So Mosh, a one-out single for the Royals here in the fourth. Mosh on for the second time tonight. Mikael Pryor will step in. He blasted a double toward the left center field alley that wound up against the fence, scoring Mosh with the Royals' only run back in the third. Of course, Mosh came in to score when the ball was mishandled in the outfield, and Pryor did not get an RBI for it. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Both teams with a run, both teams with 2 hits. The 1-0 to Pryor. It's downstairs, 2-0. Well, the 2-0, that's in there for a strike, 2-1. Mosh again, not a huge stolen base threat. He is 5 for 5 in stolen bases on the year. I know a couple of those at least were the backsides of double steals. The 2-1 swung on and missed. He pulled the string and Pryor way out in front. Count evens up 2-2. See what the Royals do here. 2-2 with 1 out and a runner at first. Check of the runner, the 2-2. Off the plate and Pryor able to hold up. There's a fastball outside and Pryor had thoughts of taking after it but was able to lay off. The count runs full, 3-2. McMillan shakes a couple of pitches off. Now the 3-2. Off of the pitch is Mosh, and it's going to be ball 4. So Pryor battles all the way back, draws the walk, and the Royals have first and second now with 1 out. Be the third walk issued by McMillan. He'll face now Peyton Ebbing with a runner, or 2 on with 1 out rather. Ebbing 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Cannon's looking for a ground ball, try to get out of the inning. First pitch to Ebbing. In the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Royals have had 2 on in 2 of the 4 innings here this afternoon. Just the one run so far, the 1-0 to Ebbing. Grounded towards short. Inu up with it. He'll flip to second for one. On to first, and it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. 2 in the inning. So McMillan gets the ground ball he needs. The Royals in the fourth. No runs a hit, no errors, a runner left. Your score after 4 complete remains Winchester 1, Purcellville 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Dalton Williams back to the mound for the Royals. A 1-1 game. We head to the top of the 5th. A run, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Cannons. A run, 2 hits, an error for the Royals through the first 4 innings of the game. As Williams finishes up his warm-up tosses, he'll face 2, 3, 4 for the Cannons here in the 5th. Inu, Figueroa, and McKenzie. Inu 0 for 2. He was credited with the RBI to drive in the Cannons run with the bases loaded on fielder's choice in the second. But the hit was taken away from him, so he's 0 for 2. First pitch to Inu. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Williams winds, the 1-0. Swung on and missed, had a pretty good hack at a fastball, or a breaking ball rather. Count evens up 1-1. The 1-1. Grounded towards short. Backhanded by Christensen. Sets his feet. Long throw. It's not going to be in time as he pulled him off the bag. Hernandez tried to apply the tag. Good speed from Inu to beat the throw, but the consensus is a good throw gets him, so it'll go as the second error of the game for the Royals. Give that error to Christensen. And the Cannons again have their leadoff hitter on base. Third time in 5 innings they've been able to do that. And it brings up Figueroa, who's 0 for 2. He reached on an error and grounded out. Fastball in there for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 downstairs for a ball. Count evens up 1-1. Again, Figueroa likes playing here. Both his home runs on the season have come here. The 1-1. That'll miss inside. 2-1. Two and 1 the count. Figueroa trying to move Inu around. Good speed at first. The 2-1. That's lined into left field. That's going to be base hit. Down over to get his Durslag. He will get to it in good shape and keep Inu at second. That looked like that might get down the line and into the corner, but Durslag able to track it down and keep everybody at one base. It'll be the third hit of the game for the Cannons, and they've got something going here in the 5th. Jacob McKenzie, he's 1 for 1. He's also been hit by a pitch. And normally the first thought here is a bunt, but you don't usually see your cleanup hitter trying to bunt guys over. First pitch to McKenzie. He is squaring to bunt. He'll take it downstairs for a ball, 1-0. So McKenzie, 1 for 1 hitting the cleanup spot, has to bunt here. At least he was on the first pitch. Let's see if it's still on. The 1-0, he is bunting, and he'll miss outside, 2-0. And as a defensive team, the most important part of the bunt is throwing a strike and making him get it down. Williams will come set. He'll check the runners, the 2-0. Bunted right back to the mound. He'll go to third, and it'll be in plenty of time as McKenzie, and again, you don't see the cleanup hitter bunting much, and he bunted it right back to Williams, who fielded and threw on to third to retire Inu, 1-5. McKenzie will reach on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Caleb Freeman. Freeman 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. And a big out there for Williams and the Royals, as they're able to cut down the leadoff guy. See what Freeman can do here. First pitch, fastball misses outside, 1-0. Williams comes set, the 1-0. That'll miss downstairs, 2-0. Looks like Freeman wants to know where that one was. Looked like it was a little bit out, maybe a little bit down, 2-0. Check of the runners. The 2-0 to Freeman. Fouled out of play, 2-1. Second error on the Royals, third hit for the Cannons. Have Purcellville in business here in the fifth. They've got him first and second with one out now. Again, Williams trying to work out of a little bit of a jam here in the fifth, the 2-1. Slider in there for a strike. Count evens up 2-2. Freeman thought he was off the plate. Count even now, 2-2. The Royals would like to see a ground ball right at one of their middle infielders that they can roll over, as the Cannons did in the bottom of the fourth. The 2-2. Lifted towards center field. Should be easy for Wall. He'll come in a few steps. Now he'll settle underneath it and make the catch, and it's going to be way too shallow for anybody to move up. So Freeman flies to center for out number 2. That'll bring up Slade. Slade lined to center his last time. He's 0 for 1. He scored the only run of the game for the Cannons. He was hit by a pitch to lead off the second, came in to score on the Inu ground ball. And that might be the end of the game for Mr. Williams. Here comes another visit from the Royals dugout. And there is a right-hander up throwing now for the Royals. So apparently the hacky sack game is over, or at least paused until the warm-up is done. And he may just stay out there until the umpire comes to get him, giving the new pitcher more time to get loose. There's been no indication as to what he's doing here. Now they're going to point to the bullpen, so Williams will indeed exit the game. He can't win it, but the runners on base are his responsibility. He could still get tagged with the loss. He'll go 4 2/3. He allows 3 hits. He hit 2, no wild pitches, home runs, or balks. Doesn't look like, yeah, he did walk 1. He walked 1 1, 2, and struck out 2. The 1 run on the board's his responsibility. He has given up 1 run, and it's earned, but the 2 guys on base are his responsibility. Cord Copley will come on to pitch for the Royals. Copley from Stephen F. Austin University in Sugar Land, Texas. Copley making his 9th appearance. They're all in relief. He's worked 16 2/3, allowed 17 hits, 12 runs, 9 are earned. He's walked 11, struck out 17. He's 1 2 with an earned run average of 1.86. So Copley, the new Royals pitcher, having 2 of the last 3 nights off, you'd think the Royals bullpen would be fairly well rested. They did use 3 or 4 guys Tuesday night in Newmarket, but had Monday off, had last night off. But the first of a 4-game stretch, 2 here, 2 on the road before they have another day off on Monday. Purcellville does not have that luxury and has not had that luxury as they've played every day since Friday and will continue to do so for the next week and a half, as their first next off day is not until the 22nd of July, whatever month we're in. So Copley finishing up his warm-up tosses. He'll come on to face Jake Slade. Again, 0 for 1 with a line out to center field. He's also scored the run for the Cannons. Slade trying to give the Cannons the lead once again. First pitch, and that's going to go all the way to the backstop, and the first pitch that Copley throws is going to go for a wild pitch and puts another runner in scoring position for the Cannons, which, if you can get Slade out, is immaterial, but now a base hit makes it 3-1. So a big wild pitch there from Copley as he got away from Morrow and he couldn't knock it down. The 1-0. Upstairs for a ball, 2-0. The 2-0. Slider misses inside, 3-0. Amaro wanted it. He thought it was a strike, and he says something to the umpire, but it's 3-0. The wind, the 3-0. That's in there for a strike, 3-1, and Slade thought that was off the plate. So both the batter and the catcher not happy with the umpire at this at-bat. The 3-1 from Copley, that's in the dirt for a ball, and he's walked him loaded. So the Cannons allowed the bases loaded for Jackson Michaels. Michaels has flown out to left, grounded out to second, 0 for 2. Chance to put Purcellville on top with a base hit here. In fact, if he reaches base, they'll be on top anyway. The first pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0, no place to put him. Copley has his sign, the wind, the 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1, and that might have been a little low on the bay and the big Jackson Michaels. Not sure that was at his knees. It might have been a little bit lower than that, the 1-1. Grounded towards second. Ebbing will field it. He'll set his feet, fire on to first, and Copley will get out of it. So Copley walks the bases loaded, but gets the ground ball to end the inning. The Cannons will leave them loaded for the second time tonight. No runs on a hit. There was a Royals error and 3 left on base. Your score after 4.5. We're halfway home. Winchester 1, Purcellville 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. The Cannons will also go to the bullpen on to pitch for Purcellville. Connor's the hitter. Mason Hoheisel, right-hander from Maple Woods Community College in Andover, Minnesota. He will face a Royal shortstop, Connor Christensen, who's 0 for 1. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Cannons caught me napping, and I wasn't prepared for the pitching change, so bear with me a second as I pull up their stats for the 1-0s downstairs. Hoheisel making a 7th appearance. He does have 1 start. He's worked 10 2/3 innings. Slider in there for a strike, 1 and 2. He's allowed 13 hits, 8 runs. They're all earned. He's walked 2, struck out 10. He's 0-1 with a 6.75 earned run average. And he is a big right-hander. First time the Royals have seen a right-handed pitcher from Purcellville for a while. 2-2 the count. As Hoheisel has gone 2-2 to the first hitter he has faced. Slider just missed outside. Count runs full, 3-2. So neither one of these starters will figure into the decision here this afternoon. The 3-2 line toward right field is going to drop in for a base hit. Freeman thought about coming on to try to make the spectacular catch, but he thinks better of it and plays it off a hop. That'll be Christensen's first hit as a Royal here at Bridgeport. He got one the other night in Newmarket, and that'll bring up Christian Amaro 0 for 1 of the grounded to third, and see if the Royals ask him to bunt. McMillan goes 4 innings, allows 1 run. It was unearned. He only gave up 2 hits. First pitch and they do ask him to bunt. He bunts it foul, so the Royals, thinking along the same lines that I am, get that runner to scoring position. 1, 2, 3 walks for McMillan. I think I called it McMichael a minute ago. He's Blake McMillan. The 0-1 to Amaro. He'll bunt it to the screen, foul, 0-2. So again, Royals hitter unable to get the bunt down. McMillan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts, and again cannot win it, cannot lose it. He goes 4 innings of run, it was unearned, 2 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, and will not get the decision here this afternoon. The 0-2 off the plate for a ball, 1-2. Williams goes 4 2/3, gives up a run. It's earned. 3 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts. He hit 2, and again he will not figure into the decision. So this game belongs to the bullpens now. Hoheisel, the 1-2, swung on and missed, and Amaro, after not being able to get the bunt down, is out on strikes. Back to the top of the order for the Royals. Shanley Wall, he's 0 for 1. He walked and was stranded at third. He's also struck out. First time he has faced the new Purcellville pitcher, obviously. First pitch to Wall. Off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And you don't think that Wall might be a little happy to see a right-handed Purcellville pitcher? It seems like they keep running left-handers at these guys. Throw to first, back in time. It's Christensen again. Christensen just 1 game under his belt with the Royals. He did steal a base Tuesday night in Newmarket. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1. The 1-1, that's downstairs. 2-1 the count. 1 out, bottom of the 5th, 1-1. Royals trying to jump on top for the first time here this afternoon. Wall trying to move around the runner at first. That's in there for a strike. Count evens up 2-2. A run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Royals. A run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Cannons. The 2-2. That's off the plate for a ball, 3-2. The 3-2 off with the pitch is the runner, and he'll have to come back as that's fouled down the first base line. Toward the Purcellville bullpen. Count holds 3-2 to Shanley Wall as he tries to move Connor Christensen around. Christensen singled to lead off the inning. Throw to first and back in plenty of time. It's Christensen, who had just started to take his lead, is about 1.5 feet off the bag. 1.5 steps rather. Now he has his lead. Hoheisel comes set. Grounded toward first, and again the runner will have to come back. Wall having a good at-bat, fouling off some close pitches here, trying to get something he can handle. Well, Christensen's getting his wind sprints in between first and second. Now everybody back to their spots, and we're ready to go here. 3-2. Hoheisel sets. It's fisted towards short, but it's going to be right at Eno. Throw to first. Christensen played it well as he saw the ball up the bat, and he stayed put. So Wall out, L6 for out number 2. That'll bring up Connie Derschlag. Derschlag 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout and a fly to center field, and now we'll see if the Royals try to get Christensen into second base with 2 outs for Derschlag. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Hoheisel gave up the leadoff hit, but has retired the next 2 hitters. And he's trying to get out of the inning with no damage done. He'll come set. Throw to first, back in time. It's Christensen. Hoheisel comes set, the 0-1. Slider in there for a strike, 0-2. The set, the 0-2. In the dirt. Nice job by Adams to keep it at the plate and keep the runner at first. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. Tap towards second base for Call, who is covering the bag, has plenty of time to range over, field the ball, and throw on to first to retire Durslag. So the Royals get a leadoff batter on, but can't move him around. No runs, a hit. No errors, a runner left. Your score after 5 complete remains Winchester 1, Purcellville 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Cord Copley back to the mound for the Royals, on for his first full inning of work. He'll face the bottom of the order for the Cannons. 8-9-1, Adams, Smith, and for Call. Each team a run, each team 3 hits, each team 2 errors as we go to the 6th of a 1-1 baseball game. Gage Adams, he's 0 for 2. He's flown to right and grounded to third. He'll lead off the 6th. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. The line, the 1-0. That'll miss inside, 2-0. The wind, the 2-0. Popped it up. Hernandez coming in hard. Romaro's going to give it a look, but it's going to fall out of play. 2-1 the count. As Adams got away with popping up a 2-0 pitch. It was out of play. So 2-1 with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. A 1-1 ball game. Everybody else tonight under the lights in the league. The 2-1. That'll miss downstairs, 3-1. Newmarket and Front Royal get together. Royals rooting for the Rebels there as they've got to catch the Cardinals in order to get in the playoffs. So worry about the Rebels when that time comes. The 3-1 swung on. He went too far on a breaking ball off the plate. He chased ball 4. Tried to hold up, but it was too late. And Strasburg and Woodstock in the Battle of Shenandoah County, the 3-2. Strike 3 caught. He swung at ball 4 and took strike 3. Adams thought it was upstairs as he started heading toward first, but he is called out on strikes. It'll be Copley's first strikeout since he entered last inning, and he'll face Jaquan Smith. Smith 1 for 2 on the game. He's singled, stole second. He's also lined to center. First pitch to Smith. He squares to bunt. He'll bunt it foul to the backstop. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Tap down the first base line, but that'll be foul. 0-2. As Hernandez will come over, field it, and fire it back to Copley. Copley will go to work. 0-2 with one out. The wind, the 0-2. Smash towards second base and under the glove of Peyton Ebbing. It'll probably go as an error, but that got entirely too much of the plate, and Smith ripped it right at Peyton Ebbing, who couldn't come up with it. That ball was blistered. Certainly not where you want to throw an 0-2 pitch, but by all rights, he probably should have got away with it. It will go as Ebbing's second error of the game, third of the game for the Royals, and that'll bring up Purcell. Purcell 0 for 2 with a walk, runner off from first to throw down to second, and he is going to be thrown out. So Smith thrown out by Amaro, who picks up Peyton Ebbing. He is thrown out 6-2 for out number 2, and Amaro with a good throw down to second to erase the base runner. Now Purcell hits with 2 outs and nobody on. 0-1 the count to the Cannon second baseman. Check swing, he went too far, 0-2. So that's a big pick-me-up for the Royals catcher. Grounded toward third. Up with it is Mosh. He'll set his feet, fire on to first. The Royals pick up their third error of the game, but it doesn't hurt as Amaro throws him out stealing, and Purcell is retired 5-3 to end the inning. In the sixth, no runs, no hits, an error, nobody left. Your score after 5.5 remains Purcellville 1, Winchester 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the sixth, 1-1. Royals will send the middle of their lineup up here in the sixth. Hernandez, Lafferty, and Mosh. Each team with a run, each team with 3 hits. The Royals now have 3 errors to the Cannons 2. Hoheisel on for his second inning of work. He gave up a leadoff single before retiring the next 3 hitters. Hernandez, quite possibly the Royals MVP of the season, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts tonight. The first strikeout came right after he almost gave the Royals a 2-0 lead on a foul ball down the line that just hooked foul. He'll lead it off here. First time he has faced Hoheisel. His first 2 at-bats came against the starter McMillan. First pitch from Hoheisel. Tap foul at the plate. 0-1 as he couldn't decide and tried to check his swing, but fouled it off. Looks like he's asking the umpire if he swung at a ball. Was that a strike? The 0-1 to Hernandez. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Had a home run cut. Came up empty. The 0-2. Downstairs for ball 1-2. Hoheisel winds the 1-2. Swung on, and Hernandez down on strikes for the 3rd time here this afternoon. That'll bring up Austin Lafferty. Lafferty 0 for 2. He's lined to right and grounded to second. The wind blowing in from left, not as hard as it was earlier, but still at a pretty good clip. First pitch swinging, and he'll foul that off. Back behind the Purcellville dugout and out of the field of play and out of the ballpark. That's grounded sharply to short. Up with it is Inno. He'll set his feet, fire on to first in time, and quickly 2 outs for the Royals here in the 6th. And Hoheisel is quietly retired the last 5 he's faced. Mosh 1 for 1. Singled the 4th. He walked and scored the only Royals run of the game in the 2nd. First pitch. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Another home run cut comes up empty. 0-2. The 0-2 to Mosh. Fastball misses outside. 1-2. Well, and that comes down to winning the back third of the ball game. The 1-2 to Mosh. That'll miss outside. 2-2. The 2-2 to Mosh. Fouled down the third base side and out of play. Count stays 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th of a 1-1 game. Purcellville in front. Winchester. Where are we? Winchester. The 2-2. Again fouled out of play. Down the right side and out toward the batting cages down the left field line. Count remains 2-2. Big deep breath, the 2-2. Grounded right back up the middle. It's going to get into center field for a base hit, so Jack Mosh wins the battle. Had to do a double take and see for the call. Got it on the backhand as he raced past second base, but it does get under his glove for Mosh's second hit of the game. Second hit given up by Hoheisel. 4th hit for the Royals. And that'll bring up Pryor, who's 1 for 1 with a double, and he also walked. First pitch to Pryor downstairs for a ball, 1-0. So Mosh and Pryor have combined for 3 of the Royals' 4 hits. The 1-0 to Pryor. That's in there for a strike, 1-1, and Pryor didn't think too much of that call. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Mosh at first. See if they put him in motion here. The 1-1. That'll miss downstairs, and Pryor shaking his head like to tell the umpire, don't you think about calling that one a strike. 2-1. Grounded towards short. Inno will field, throw on to second to retire the side. So the Royals get a 1-out base runner, can't move him around. No runs a hit, no errors, a runner left. Your score after 6 complete remains Winchester 1, Purcellville 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 7th. Cord Copley back to the mound for the Royals. He came on in relief in the 5th, walked the first guy he faced, but has been solid since then. 2-3-4 to hit for the Cannons here in the 7th. Inu, Figueroa, and McKenzie. Eno has driven in the only run for the Cannons on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. He's also lined out and reached on an error. Was thrown out going to 3rd back in the 5th on a bunt right back to the pitcher. First pitch to Eno. In there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. That'll miss downstairs. County evens 1-1. Last time these two teams will meet here in Winchester this year, the 1-1 to Eno. Grounded towards 2nd base. Ebbing will make his 3rd error of the game as he kicks off his glove into center field. That'll bring up Figueroa. Figueroa 1 for 3. He reached on an error and singled. He's also grounded to short. 4th error against the Royals this afternoon. First pitch to Figueroa. In there for a strike, 0-1. Royals looking for that ground ball right at somebody here. See if they can't roll it over. The 0-1 to Figueroa. Ground ball to Ebbing, but he's not going to be able to throw on to 2nd as it was slowly hit toward Ebbing. He will field and flip to 1st for the out, and Eno will move to 2nd. So the Cannons again have the lead run in scoring position for McKenzie. McKenzie's been on base all 3 times. He's 1 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and reached on a fielder's choice. Now he's in there with a chance to drive in the lead run. Curveball rather, in there for a strike, 0-1. Copley's trying to work around the leadoff error, the 0-1 to McKenzie. And the runner takes off for 3rd, and McKenzie just stole a stolen base from Eno. Copley completely forgot about the runner at 2nd. He came to the plate, and Eno was halfway to 3rd, and he could have stolen 3rd standing up, but McKenzie fouled the pitch off. So let's see if somebody says something to Copley about, hey, don't forget about the guy behind you. He'll take a look at him now. Now the 0-2. Strike 3 called. Slider on the corner. McKenzie's down on strikes. And there is something to be said about concentrating and getting the hitter, about the lead run at 2nd base. You got to kind of keep an eye on him too, and that'll be up to Caleb Freeman. 0 for 3, struck out, grounded out, and flown out. Freeman with a chance to drive in the lead run here in the Purcellville 7th. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0, and now Christensen jockeying around with Eno at 2nd base, trying to keep him a step closer. Copley will come set. He'll check the runner. The 1-0. That'll miss outside, 2-0. The Royals have committed their 4th error of the game here in this inning. And now he stands at 2nd base representing the lead run. There are 2 outs. The 2-0 to Freeman. That'll miss high and tight, 3-0. Freeman time to try to extend the inning and let Slade come up and try to drive in the run. Copley's 3-0 to Freeman. And that'll hit him as he tried to come inside of the slider, and it got him on the foot. So though it was ball 4, it'll go as a hit batter. 3rd batter the Royals have hit here this afternoon. And now Slade. He's 0 for 1. He's been hit and scored. He's also walked. And before Slade hits, we may have another pitching change, as Copley's afternoon may have come to a close, and it has, as they'll make the signal before they even get to the mound. So Copley will be replaced here in the 7th. Copley will go 2 innings. So far, he's given up no runs, but the 2 on base are his responsibility. Did not give up a hit. He walked 1. He hit 1 wild pitch, no home runs or balks. He struck out. Looks like he struck out 2. And again, the runners on base are his responsibility. See if we get a number on the new Royals pitcher. Amaro standing in front of him, so he can't see the number as of yet. 28, Colin McGuire, one of the newer Royals pitchers, plays at Lynchburg College. National champions last year in Division III baseball. McGuire plays his baseball, or he's from Cross Junction, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Colin McGuire played his baseball at James Wood before his college career. He will be the Royals' 3rd pitcher. As I thought, looks to be McGuire's first appearance for the Royals, so he has no stats as of yet. So McGuire on to pitch for the first time as a Winchester Royal. You got to believe, being from the area and pitching at James Wood, he has grown up watching Royals games. So a big spot for Colin McGuire in his Royals debut. He'll face Jake Slade with the lead run on second base. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Slade again 0 for 1. He's been hit, scored a run. He's also walked. McGuire's first pitch fouled off and out of play. 0-1. And I bet you Colin McGuire's got himself a nice championship ring that he picked up last year playing for Lynchburg. And he has probably been here a couple times as Lynchburg and Shenandoah in the same conference in Division III baseball. The 0-1. Nice job by Amaro to knock it down and keep it from going to the backstop. Slider downstairs evens the count 1-1. Slade trying to give the Cannons their second lead of the game. McGuire trying to close out the inning here with no further damage. Or no damage at all, rather. McGuire comes set to 1-1. Grounded towards short. Christensen up with it. He'll flip the second in time. So Slade hit it hard, but right to the Royal shortstop. And McChristensen flips to Ebbing to end the inning. For the Cannons in the 7th, there were no runs, no errors. I'm sorry, no runs, no hits. 1 error and 2 left on base. Your score after 6.5 remains. Winchester 1, Purcellville 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tie ball game, 1-1. The Royals will go to the bench and bring on a pinch hitter for Peyton Ebbing. Ebbing will finish tonight 0 for 2. The new hitter will be Landon Bruce. Bruce from San Jacinto North will be the pinch hitter. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Bruce for the Royals. His 16th game, he's a 150 hitter, 6 for 40, no home runs, 4 RBIs. He'll take the 0-1 off the plate for a ball, 1-1 the count. His job here, get on base, see if the other guys can drive him around. The 1-1 to Bruce. Downstairs for a ball, 2-1. Hoheisel back to the mound for the Cannons. Hoheisel on for his 3rd full inning of work. Well, he came on to start an inning, so his 3rd inning of work. The 2-1. Foul out of play, 2-2 the count. A run, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Royals. A run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Cannons. Each team with their run in the 2nd inning. Everything else, goose eggs across the board. The 2-2. Grounded towards short. Inu up with it. He will fire on to first. And that'll be in time to retire Landon Bruce. And we'll assume that Landon will stay in the game to play second base for Ebbing. That'll bring up Connor Christensen. Christensen 1 for 2. He struck out and singled. Two for 5 in his brief Royals career. The first pitch off the plate for a ball. He was 1 for 3 at Newmarket Tuesday night. 1 for 2 here tonight. The 1-0 rather. Upstairs for a ball, 2-0. I'm not a mathematician by any stretch of the imagination, but my numbers tells me that's about a 400 hitter through 5 at-bats. The 2-0. That's going to be into center field for a base hit. Sounds like he might have broke his bat, but he'll be a 1-out base runner at first for the Royals. His 2nd hit of the game, 3rd hit as a Royal. That'll bring up Amaro. Amaro 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. See how the Royals played here with a runner at first and 1 out. Again, Christensen, not a big sample size. Just his 2nd game. He did steal a base for the Royals Tuesday night. See if they put him in motion here. First pitch to Amaro. Off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Hoheisel's 1-0 to Amaro. Inside 2-0. Hoheisel shakes off a pitch. Now he has one he likes. The 2-0 to the Royals catcher. That'll miss inside. He's gone 3-0. They're going to ask for help down the 3rd baseline, and I'm assuming the umpire said no. He didn't go because I can't see him because of the post that holds up the backstop is blocking the umpire. I know he's down there because I saw him earlier, but I didn't see his call. But it is 3-0. That fastball's in there for a strike, 3-1. Both bullpens are at silence now. Well, now there's a right-hander getting loose in the Purcellville bullpen. A couple other guys stretching. The 1-0. That's lined up the alley. Right center field is going to go all the way to the fence. Rounding second and heading to third. They're going to wave him. Rounding third. Here comes the throw. It's going to be cut off, and the Royals are going to take the lead on a triple off the bat of Christian Amaro. He ran that up the right center field alley. Nobody got to that one. And Christensen on his horse. Amaro's 2nd extra base hit of the season. His first triple. He has a home run to go with it. And just like that, the Royals are going to take the lead. Christensen scores the lead run. Give Amaro a RBI. And he'll be at third now for the top of the order. The Royals a chance to add on the bottom half of the Royals lineup from Mosh down, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, have all 6 of the Royals hits and have scored both runs and now driven in the only run. And we're going to have a new pitcher for the Cannons as Hoheisel will be lifted. Number 10 will be the pitcher. I'll look at his name here in a second. Well, let's go ahead and do that while we got it. Cooper Smith will be the new pitcher for the Cannons. Smith from the University of St. Thomas and Woodbury, Minnesota. The Cannons with a couple guys from Minnesota. Big hit from the Royals catcher. We'll take a look at Cooper Smith's numbers. Cooper Smith making his 7th appearance for the Cannons, all in relief. He's worked 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It's earned. He's walked 4, struck out 10. No record, earned run average of 1.28 for the Cannons' new pitcher, Cooper Smith, another right-hander on for Purcellville. Hoheisel goes 2 1/3 innings. He's given up 4 hits, 2 of those in this inning. He did not walk anybody. 1, 2 strikeouts. Did not hit anybody. And no wild pitches, home runs to talk about. He has given up 1 run. It is earned. The runner at third base is also his responsibility, as the Royals tried to add to a 2-1 lead. And now they are 6 outs away from picking up a huge win over Purcellville, which would be their 2nd of the season, but would help them in the standings, especially if Newmarket could get a win tonight over Front Royal. The Cannons are going to be forced to bring their infield in with the runner at third and 1 out. First pitch to Wall. Upstairs for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Upstairs for a ball, 2-0. So the Royals trying to add to a 2-1 lead. They've just taken their first lead of the game on the triple by Amaro. The 2-0 to Wall. That's in there for a strike. 2-1. Amaro with his 13th RBI of the season. Wall trying to pick up his 15th. Give the Royals a 3-1 lead here in the 7th. The 2-1. Tap toward first. The runner's going to hold at third, and Michaels is going to run over and tag the bag. So Wall grounds to first and could not get the runner in from third. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a big run at third, and the Royals would really like to cash that in. It's going to be up to Connie Derschlag now. Derschlag 0 for 3 tonight. Strike out, a fly out, and a ground out. And the Cannons can now go back to their normal depth with 2 outs. First pitch to Derschlag. Off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Good base running by Amaro at third, because he knew that if he came to the plate, he'd have been dead meat. The Royals would have 2 outs and a runner at first. This way they still got a chance to get that run in. The 1-0 downstairs for a ball, 2-0. Nice job by Adams to keep him at third base. So that one skipped to the plate. 6th hit of the game for the Royals. 2 of them have come in this inning. The 2-0 to Derschlag. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. Durslag, at the very least, wants to extend the inning to get Hernandez up there. You know, he'd like to make amends for an 0 for 3 strikeout night. The 2-1. Catches the outside corner, 2-2, and Durslag didn't think much of that call. He smiles, looks back at the umpire, and says, "Really? Wasn't that outside?" Smith will come set. The 2-2. Grounded towards short. Eno up with it. He'll throw on to first. It's going to be in time to retire the side. So the Royals again get a runner to third with less than 2 outs and leave him there. But on the triple from Amaro, the Royals get a run on 2 hits. No errors, a runner left on base. Your score after 7 complete is now Winchester 2, Purcellville 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 8th. Royals lead it 2-1. Landon Bruce will stay in the game. He'll take over at third base. Jack Mosh will move to second to take over for Peyton Ebbing, who was pinch hit for by Landon Bruce. Colin McGuire back to the mound for the Royals, looking for his first Royals Valley Baseball League victory. He'll face the bottom third of the order for the Cannons here in the 8th. 7, 8, 9, Michaels, Adams, and Smith. Royals pitching has shut the Cannons down. 1 run on 3 hits through 7 innings. McGuire, no stranger to big-time situations, as he has found himself not only with a national championship from Lynchburg, but has done some pitching in the regionals, super regionals, and World Series. So certainly no stranger to some stressful situations, and he'll miss outside for a ball. 1-0. Michaels 0 for 3. He's flown to left and grounded to second twice. The 1-0 in there for a strike. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded by Christensen. He'll set his feet behind the bag and throw on to first. Nice play by Connor Christensen. Off the bat, looked like that might be up the middle for a base hit, but Christensen able to cut it off and throw Michaels out at first. I remember Gage Adams. Adams 0 for 3. He's flown to right, grounded out, and struck out as he tries to get something going for the Cannons here with 1 out in the 8th. McGuire's first pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. McGuire's 0-1. Swung on and missed, threw a fastball by him. 0-2 the count. Good hard live fastball from Connor McGuire there to jump ahead in the count. 0-2. The 1, the 0-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out on 3 pitches, and Adams down on strikes for 2 outs here in the 8th. And I'll bring up Jaquan Smith, who's been on base twice. He singled, stole a base in the 2nd, lined out, reached on an error in the 6th, and was thrown out trying to steal. 1 for 3 in the game. First pitch to Smith. Fastball in there for a strike, nothing in one. McGuire throwing strikes since he came on in relief last inning. The 0-1 upstairs for a ball. Count evens up 1-1. The 1-1. Just missed outside. 2-1. McGuire's 2-1. Swung on and missed. Good hard slider there. Evens the count 2-2. McGuire trying to set the Cannons down in order here in the 8th. The wind, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He pulled the string. He struck out the last two he faced here in the 8th, and the Cannons go in order in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Your score after 7.5. Winchester 2, Purcellville 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Cooper Smith back to the mound for the Cannons. He came on in relief last inning, retired the only two hitters he faced, and kept a big insurance run for the Royals. At third base, the Royals tonight have left 6 men on base, 4 of those in scoring position. 3 of the ones in scoring position were left at third base. And I know at least twice, 3 times, they got there with no outs or 1 out, and the Royals couldn't push them across. See how important that becomes as the Royals cling to a 2-1 lead now. Hopefully that won't cost them when the Cannons come up in the 9th. Jalen Hernandez would have liked to got up there with a couple guys in scoring position, but 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts, and he wants to atone for that with a hit here. First pitch to Hernandez off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Hernandez, Lafferty, Mosh for the Royals here in the 8th. Mosh has 2 of the Royals' 6 hits. The 1-0. That's upstairs and it goes all the way to the backstop, 2-0. Connor Christensen also has 2 hits. But it's Mikael Pryor and Christian Amaro who have the big blows. Pryor's double to the fence allowed Mosh to score when the outfielders made an error, and then Amaro's RBI triple have the Royals up 2-1 here in the 8th. The 2-0 to Hernandez. That'll miss inside, 3-0. Royals would like to add on here. No lead in the Valley League is safe. Certainly not a 1-run lead. The 3-0 to Hernandez downstairs for ball 4. So we walked him on 4 pitches. And the prime example I'll give you with no lead safe in the Valley League, just go to Front Royals game with Strasburg last night. The Cardinals entered the bottom of the 9th with a 9-3 lead and could not retire anybody. Gave up 8 runs and lost 11-9 as the Express got a walk-off 2-run shot to win that game. And it looks like we're going to have another pitcher for the Cannons come on here. So Smith Goes 2/3 of an inning. No hits. He walked one. No strikeouts. Did not hit anybody. Wild pitches or any of that. Number 8 is what I'm being told is the new pitcher. Marcio Rodriguez will be the new pitcher for the Cannons. Mauricio. Rodriguez plays his baseball at Rice University. Usually a pretty strong baseball program. Rodriguez will be the 4th pitcher of the game for the Cannons, another right-hander. Rodriguez making his 8th appearance for the Cannons, all in relief. He's worked 8 2/3 innings, allowed 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 are earned. He's walked 5, struck out 14. He struck out 14 in 8 2/3 innings. He's 0-1 with an earned run average of 5.19. And right now, if the score stays the same way it is, and they're sending Rodriguez back to the dugout, I wonder if he's wearing spikes and they're going to make him go in and change his shoes, as players not allowed to wear metal spikes on the AstroTurf here at Bridgeforth Field. And that'd be a rule that comes down from Shenandoah University that we have nothing to do with. But he is back in the dugout, presumably changing shoes out of his metal spikes, but that's just a guess. Mason Hoheisel, as I started to say, if this game were to stay as it is, would be the loser. But the Cannons down just 1 run. There are no outs here in the 8th as the Royals try to add to a 2-1 lead. Smith leaves the game. He cannot win it, cannot lose it. He's worked 2/3 of an inning. It does look like he went in and put on a pair of tennis shoes. So we'll see how that affects him. I can't tell if those are just regular tennis shoes or if he had a pair of rubber spikes or just a pair of turf shoes or what he's wearing. And I didn't pay any attention while he was out there warming up before, so I don't know if that's the same pair of shoes or not. Smith, 2/3 of an inning, is not allowed to run yet. No hits, 1 walk. Did not strike anybody out, though, any wild pitches or hit anybody, but the runner at first base is his responsibility. He did get the Cannons out of a big inning last inning when he came on with 1 out and runner at third. And the Royals couldn't get him in, and Lipsy is going to pinch hit. Marshall Lipsy is going to pinch hit for Austin Lafferty here. And I know they're going lefty on righty here, but Marshall Lipsy, number 2, will be the pinch hitter. And we assume will stay in the game to play right field. Lipsy from Florida Atlantic University. His 14th game, a 200 hitter. 7 for 35, no home runs, 9 RBIs. The 1-0 to Lipsy. He drops it down right back to the pitcher, and they're going to concede the runner, and they're going to throw it to first, and he choked it and threw it straight into the ground. He had plenty of time to get Lipsy at first, but he just had it in the back of his hand, I guess, and on the throw, he one-hopped it to first, and Michaels couldn't come up with it. So it'll go as a sacrifice in an E1. It'll be the third error of the game on the Cannons. So the Royals with runners on first and second, and Mosh will drop down a bunt. And this time, Adams will take it, and he'll throw on to first to retire Mosh. So Mosh sacrificed 2 to 4 for the out. And that'll bring up Mikhail Pryor with runners on second and third, a chance for him to pick up his second hit, but more importantly, a chance to give the Royals a 2-run lead. And again, the Cannons are going to have to bring their infield in on the grass. They've done this twice today, and it's been successful both times. First pitch to Pryor, fouled into the screen, 0-1. Pryor on the game. He's reached base all 3 times. He's 1 for 2. He's doubled, walked, and reached on a fielder's choice, but a base hit here would be huge for the Royals if he can drive in 2 and make it 4-1 going to the 9th. Rodriguez comes set. The 0-1 to Pryor. Fastball misses inside, 1-1. Cannons infield wanted that pitch, but it was inside. One and one the count on the Royals' designated hitter, Mikhail Pryor. Royals 6 hits on the game, looking for a big number 7 right here, the 1-1. Grounded toward third. He can't handle it, and he's going to be in air. Hernandez was going on contact. It was a ground ball to Slade. Slade was going to come to the plate, but he couldn't handle it. And it's going to be the 4th error of the game on the Cannons, and I don't know if you give him an RBI on that or not. I guess you still give him the RBI. So it'll be an error on the Cannons, allowing Pryor to score. The run will score, and it's still 1 out, runners at first and third. The 1-0 to Bruce, as he's got a chance to make it 4-1. Fouled out of play, 1-1 the count. So error on Slade, 4th error of the game for the Cannons. Give Pryor an RBI, give the Royals a 3-1 lead, and still just 1 out with runners on first and third now for Bruce to try to add on. And that almost hit him as it came inside, 2-1. So good job by Hernandez base running and Pryor to put it in play. Now the Cannons in on the corners, and they're double play depth up the middle, trying to get a ball to turn over. The 2-1 from DeBruce, and Pryor will delay Steele into second base, and there'll be no throw. So now runners on second and third with 1 out. Again, the Royals. Runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Cannons are going to have to pull them in again on the grass. The 2-2 to Bruce. Just missed upstairs. Count runs full, 3-2. Royals looking for a big inning here to try to pad their lead. Purcellville jumped out to a 1-0 lead. The Royals tied it in the first. They've added 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and lead at 3-1. Tapped to short, coming to the plate, and they're going to give up the run. The whole idea of playing the infield in is to cut the run off at the plate, but Eno came in on the slow roller, and Bruce will ground out to short. Credit him with an RBI. Is again, Inu, I guess, thought the ball wasn't hit hard enough to get the runner at the plate, so he just took the out at first. And now Pryor's at third. There are 2 outs, and the Royals have put together a couple runs here. And Connor Christensen's going to hit with a chance to make it 5-1. Christensen has 2 hits on the game. So the Royals have scored twice here in the inning without the benefit of a hit, a walk, an error, a sacrifice, and another error. To drive in 2 runs, and the Royals lead at 4-1, a chance to get on another one here. First pitch to Christensen. Nice play by Adams to keep that from going to the backstop and keeping Pryor at third base. Christensen 2 for 3 tonight. 3 for 6 on the season for the Royals. Has 1 RBI. Picked it up the other night in Newmarket. Wants to add to that number here. The 1-0 in there for a strike. 1-1. And you got to wonder how much Purcellville has left in their bullpen. They have gone nonstop since Friday. And they're going to keep going for the next week and a half. The 1-1 to Christensen in there for a strike. 1-2. There is absolutely nobody in their bullpen now. A couple of guys down there hanging on the fence. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. And Christensen will strike out looking. The Royals scored 2 runs on no hits. There were 2 huge Newmarket errors, and the Royals leave 1 more on at third. Your score after 8 complete is now Winchester 4, Purcellville 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Royals will go to the bullpen. Nick Lorenz will come on to try to close this out. Nick Lorenz from the University of North Florida. I understand that he is changing schools, though. But more importantly, he comes on to face the Cannons here in the 9th. I believe Lorenz got the save for the Royals in Tuesday night's game. Lorenz making his 11th appearance, all in relief. He's worked 15 innings, allowed 14 hits, 12 runs, 10 are earned. He's walked 9, struck out 19. He's 0-2 and does have all 4 of the Royals saves, 4 saves on the season, trying to get number 5 here. Earned run average of 6.00. He will face the top of the order for the Cannons. Furcal will lead it off. Furcal 0 for 3 with a walk. Royals 4 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors. The Cannons 4 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors. 2 big ones in the bottom of the 8th to give the Royals a 2-run cushion. First pitch swung on and missed. 0-1 as Furcal waved at a slider. Lorenz comes set, the 0-1. Another slider. This one lifted toward right field where Marshall Lipsey's now playing, and Lipsey's going to crash into the fence on the slide. It appears he's okay, but couldn't get to the ball as it drops in front of the Purcellville bullpen. So Marshall Lipsy, who pinch hit for Austin Lafferty, will now be the right fielder. And hopefully he's okay, because I'm not sure if the Royals got anybody left on the bench to stick out there in right field. I guess they still have Brody Pickett, the other Royals catcher, still available, and a handful of pitchers. The 0-2 in the dirt for a ball, 1-2. So Lorenz trying to close it down, give Connor McGuire his first win of the season. The 1-2, that's going to go all the way to the backstop. Count evens up 2-2. Mason Hoheisel stands to be the loser. Colin McGuire, rather, the winner if this stays the way it is. But we have seen stranger things happen in the ninth inning. The 2-2 lifted out of play. Hernandez will give it a look, but it's going to be well foul and out of the ballpark. Count holds 2-2. Again, the Royals right back here tomorrow night to take on the Woodstock River Bandits, who snapped a 5-game losing streak the last couple nights, and they knocked off this Purcellville team last night. The 2-2 just missed downstairs. Amaro thought it was strike 3, but it will go as ball 3. Full count from Lorenz now. He'll come set, the 3-2. Grounded sharply to short. Up with it is Christensen. He'll set his feet, fire on to first. In time for out number 1. Nice play by Connor Christensen. Nice strong throw for out number 1, and that'll bring up Shintaro Ino. He has driven in the only run for the Cannons tonight. He is 0 for 4. He's reached on errors twice. Reached on a fielder's choice, drove in a run in the second. He's also lined out to left. Royals like to keep him and his speed off the base pass, so that one misses downstairs 1-0. Especially at the middle of their order coming up. And oh yeah, that guy on deck, Figueroa, has been known to hit some home runs here. The 1-0 will miss downstairs 2-0. Big left-handed hit in Victor Figueroa, 2 home runs on the season. They've both come right here. And neither one of them were any question about it. The 2-0. Downstairs for a ball, 3-0. Lorenz is 3-0 to Inu in there for a strike. Shintaro started headed toward first, but I don't know of a hitter that doesn't do that anymore. 3-0 trying to buy the pitch. The 3-1 grounded toward second base and is going to get in the hole into right field. Hernandez might have needed to get over and cut that one off as Mosh had him shaded up the middle and had no chance to get to that one. So give Ino his first hit of the game, 4th hit for the Cannons. And they have a runner at first with 1 out for Victor Figueroa. He's 1 for 4. He's reached on an air single. He's grounded out a couple times. This one hammered toward deep left field, going back under this Durschlig, and he will watch it off the fence. He misplayed it. They throw into second base, and they're going to not get him as Figueroa with an awkward slide into second. Durschlig knew that the runner was going to score easily and tried to get the runner moving to second base. Victor Figueroa didn't miss his 3rd home run of the season by much as it hits off the top of the fence, and Durschlig trying to play it off the fence. It got past him. So give Figueroa a double. Drives in the run, his 2nd hit of the game, and we'll have a pinch hitter now, Lincoln Pack. Will pinch hit for the Cannons. Lincoln Pack from West Virginia University. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and missed, 0-2. Pack making his 25th appearance for the Cannons, a .239 hitter, 17 for 71, no home runs, 7 RBIs for Figueroa. His 8th RBI of the season. I wouldn't be surprised if most of those didn't come here. I think he's got 5 on home runs alone. That's going to hit him. The 0-2 he tried to come in on and hit him in the elbow. And the Cannons are going to have the tying run on base here with just one out. Caleb Freeman will step in. Freeman 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. The tying runs on the bases now for the Cannons. Fricall got the first out of the inning, and then Inu seeing eye ground ball through the right side, and Figueroa hit one off the fence. And now he hit batter, put the runners on the first and second. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Cannons, 2 of their 5 hits have been in this inning. The 0-1 to Freeman. Misses downstairs, 1-1. Figueroa has one more biscuit for breakfast, and this is 4-3 with the tying run at first base and Freeman at the plate. The 1-1 tap foul toward the Purcellville dugout, 1-2. Oh, does Victor Figueroa like to play in this ballpark? And he did that with the wind blowing right into his face. That is a big boy with a lot of strength. One and two the count on Freeman. Trying to move the runners around. They'll miss downstairs, 2-2. Lorenz will come set. He'll check the runners to 2-2. And that'll miss way outside. The count runs full, 3-2. The last thing you want to do is walk Freeman and put the tying run in scoring position for the Cannons, where a base hit makes it a brand new baseball game. Lorenz comes set to 3-2. Line into center field. Wall coming on. He's going to have to play it on the hop, and the Cannons are going to have him loaded. Freeman hit that right on the screws, and the only hope was that maybe it'd stay up in the wind and Wall would be able to come on and make the catch, but it dropped down in front of him, and the Cannons have the tying run in scoring position now. Lorenz got the first out. He has since given up a single, double, hit batter, and a single for Jake Slade, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a hit by pitch. Scored their first run of the game. Slider in there for a strike, and that looked like that might have been off the plate, and I believe Slade agrees with me on that one. Questionable strike for Lorenz to get ahead in the count. The 0-1 from Lorenz. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Royals would absolutely love to get a ground ball right at one of their middle infielders here and see if they can't roll one up to end the ball game. The 0-2. Check swing. He called him out on strikes on the same pitch to start the at-bat. Slade didn't like either one of them, and he's out on strikes. That looked like a little bit better of a pitch than the first one, but both of them looked to be a little bit off the plate. And that'll leave it up to Jackson Michaels. Michaels 0 for 4. Flew out to left and has since grounded out 3 times, twice to second and once to short. Base hit here. The Cannons tie it. Lorenz trying to end the game. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Lorenz trying to lock it down for his 5th save of the season. Cannons trying to extend the game, the 1-0. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. Now he's got to come in with a strike, a chance for Michaels to sit on a pitch and possibly drive one somewhere. The 2-0. Upstairs, ball 3, no place to put him. Lorenz shakes off a pitch. The 3-0 coming to Jackson Michaels. Downstairs, ball 4. He walked him on 4 straight, and the Cannons are to within a run. And the tying run will move to third. Give Michaels an RBI, and it'll bring up Gage Adams. Adams 0 for 4. He's flown to right, grounded out, and struck out twice. And now the Cannons have the lead run in scoring position. First pitch. Fouled at the plate, 0-1. Nothing and 1 the count. Lorenz has this sign, the 0-1. Grounded toward first, but it's going to be foul off the end of the bat. And fortunate for the Cannons that was foul, because that stays fair. Hernandez is just going to grab it and walk over and tag the bag. Cannons down to their last strike. The Royals fans trying to get into it a little bit. The 0-2 from Lorenz. Foul tipped toward the backstop, and the crowd ready to come out of their shoes as that one they were thinking might have been strike 3, but it is not. Fouled off. 0-2 the count. Lorenz trying to lock it down. The 0-2. Did he go? He said he went too far. Strike 3 called on the appeal. Gage Adams will strike out to end the game. It was a slider down and away. Adams tried to lay off the appeal to the first base umpire, and he said yes, he went too far, so the Cannons will score 2 in the 9th on 1, 2, 3 hits. There were no Winchester errors, and the Cannons, for the 3rd time tonight, will leave the bases loaded, and the Royals will escape with a 4-3 victory. For the Royals, 4 runs on 6 hits. They commit 4 errors. The Cannons, 3 runs on 6 hits. They commit 4 errors. The Royals improved to 13-17. The Cannons dropped to 17-12. For the Royals, the winner, Colin McGuire, improves to 1-0. Nick Lorenz will pick up his 5th save of the season. Mason Hoheisel will take the loss. He drops to 0-2 on the year. For the Cannons, Victor Figueroa, 2 hits and an RBI. He doubled in the 9th to drive in a run, and then scored a run to make it a 4-3 game as the Cannons come up short. The other 4 hits, Inu had 1, Mackenzie Freeman each had 1, and Jaquan Smith also with a hit for Purcellville. For the Winchester Royals, they had 2 guys with 2 hits, Jack Mosh with 2 hits, and Connor Christensen with 2 hits, but the big blows, Mikael Pryor double off the fence that allowed Mosh to score on the air in the outfield, and a RBI triple off the bat of Christian Amaro gave the Royals a 2-1 lead at the time. They score a couple of unearned runs in the 8th, and how big were those unearned runs that the Royals picked up in the 8th, as they needed both of them. The Cannons challenge in the 9th would come up a little bit short. Again, the final score from Bridgeforth: Winchester 4, Purcellville 3. The Cannons return home tomorrow night to take on Newmarket. Our friends in Purcellville will have the call for you there. The Royals right back here tomorrow night to take on the Woodstock River Bandits. The Royals need to win as many as they can and get a lot of help against the Front Royal Cardinals if they have any hope to get in the playoffs. Again, the Royals win this one 4-3. They'll go home and root for the Newmarket Rebels tonight to knock off the Cardinals, and then they'll start over again tomorrow night against the River Bandits here at Bridgeforth. They'll have the call for you at 5 o'clock. Mark Sawyer saying good night from the field. Again, your Royals win it 4-3. Don't forget, before you go to bed tonight, call your parents, tell them you love them, and while you're at it, call your aunt and your uncle and tell them you love them as well. And we'll talk to you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.